And we'll talk about that more in a moment. Spawning here in the bottom left side of the map, keeping his SCVs in his own base. It is the Pink Terran Beastyqt.
In the top right, as the Green Terran, he is Lillekanin.
I think it's to be expected. Now, as he does come down the middle of the map with these SCVs, we're going to see those proxies. And it's worth noting, proxies are hard to deal with, especially when Reapers are in play. But the reason I don't like this, there's a million reasons this map is really good for attackers and not defenders. But as we look into this, you're going to have this wall here completely walled off, ideally. This is where the barracks should have gone. I'm not sure why it didn't. But outside of that, there's no way to really get up into the base. I don't believe there's a way here to get up.
We were surprised by that little ledge in like the middle of the map once, so maybe he knows something. But you're right, like this should have been walled off, and that is the only entrance. It might look at first like there was a little bit of a area in the back, but there's not. That's more for Overlord drops than it is for Reapers. BaseTradeTV is eventually going to be able to scout this, but I think by the time his SV gets over there, he's going to be able to. The first Reaper would have showed itself, and I guess the best he's going to get from this scout is whether or not Lillekanin is following up with anything. If he's just going more all in, which he is, or following up with a factory, or even a command center.
Well, this is not just TvT where sometimes this works, and this is going to work because the wall off didn't go down. I just really want to emphasize like this is actually going to work, but it's Lillekanin. I mean, this is to be expected, frankly. The fact that this is, I don't know, almost not being blind countered in a way seems silly. I think what he did initially intend to do with the barracks being back was put a bunker here next. But that's the point of the Reapers getting here so quick. He's not going to have the opportunity to. That Reaper not going in right away? Just trying to wait till there's a couple. Gets the SCV anyways.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Thing is, he's been scouted, so he probably should have gone in. Regardless, he's going to be able to get these two SCVs really quickly, and the building is not going to be too healthy, so it will go down. And that is... This is going to be a very difficult hold. Beastyqt did not scout this until the last second. He already went for a command center. He did get a reactor first, so he's getting faster double-pumped Marines than usual, but it still isn't really going to be able to help against 3 Reapers at a time.
Okay, the bunker's funny. I'm wondering why he's going for the reactor instead of going for the SCV building the command center. He's got to know that's there. He's going to kite around the SCVs first because he does have to deal with them. SCVs are great at soaking hits. Was a little bit supply block due to the depot being denied, by the way. I just want to throw that out there as he does cancel this off once again. But even with 2 Marines at a time, that's not going to be enough. GG. By the way, quick shout. Sorry, this game went weird quick, so we didn't get to talk about it. But League of Love for the 3-month resub. And Bojangles 1337! New sub hype. Thank you guys for subscribing.
Yeah, and Bojangles, I guess, is a chain of some type of food. I never actually went. It's in Southern Virginia.
Okay, so apparently mods, by the way, are sleeping, so I gotta go do the bets really quick.
Okay. Well, then I'll shout out TLO for hosting us for almost 1,000 viewers. Woohoo! And the next map is going to be Orbital Shipyard. Beastyqt's choice. He's going to be scouting a lot earlier for those Reapers this time, so you would. It was a bit surprising to see him on Detox, as we just, we were pointing out all the reasons to why Reapers could be bad on that map. But Orbital, certainly you would expect them. And if he had scouted earlier, if the map wasn't as large as it was, if it wasn't as surprising as it was, he would have been able to have a much better build against it. If it's proxied, 3 racks proxy, and you go for a command center, I think it's pretty impossible to hold. Unless they mess up.
Okay. Thank you, by the way, for TLO hosting, and of course, hello all of TLO's viewers. So guys, I turned the camera off because I am, as always, not wearing pants, and I don't want to get banned on Twitch to get up and walk away. That's called courtesy, is what it is. But okay, map 2 on Orbital. I'm ready to go as soon as these guys are ready to go. It is definitely worth noting, for both players' sake, this is another map for Reapers. And I would love if this ended up being Proxy Reaper versus Proxy Reaper, just to see how that plays out.
We've seen it before. See it again.
I mean, people technically just like lift would be good to go, right? I don't know, but BC left?
Yeah, that was weird.
Maybe at the wrong race.
He did it so quickly, though. Like, you have 6 seconds to change your race.
Right? He's like, I'm out of here. Peace.
Okay. I assume they're still ready.
All right. Well, Yeah, Orbital Shipyard. Stick around, folks. We'll be back here in just a second as we hop into the map intros. So as we get into game, we do note that everyone's stayed at home, so that's kind of nice. But before we do these intros, me mentioning that someone had bought Warhammer, I guess, on G2A, people started discussing actual Warhammer in chat. I used to collect the little Warhammer figurines and paint them. I never, for the life of me, ever played the game. I played it on Steam, actually, and I loved Warhammer Dawn of War. That was probably one of my favorite Steam games of all time. But I used to collect the figurines when I was little, and my parents and us were never rich, so the rare time I could ever buy them, it was always the plastic ones. And once, like on a birthday type thing, so like once a year, I would actually get gifted like a pewter one, like the metal ones. I still have those in my room. Those are my favorite things of all time. I get so jealous every time I see like In Control post pictures of his, and I wish I had like the attention span / money to invest in them again, because those were a lot of fun. Did you ever get into those?
My brothers got into it. They actually played Blood Bowl and then Warhammer, and then they got really into it, like building like the actual environments to play on and painting and whatnot.
Well, those led me into Gundam Wings, like the actual buildable figures and stuff.
Wings. Yeah, I like swords though. I was thinking about building my swords, but I always worried my cats are gonna knock them over.
All right, well, we're getting into the game. Bottom left side of the map, play for Tree Sports. He's down 1 at the moment, double gassing. We'll see if this is banging trees. It's going to be Beastyqt.
On the top right, it's a very similar build. He is the Green Terran Lillekanin. Actually, you know how like In Control always talks about how he sends his figures off of someone and it comes back and he's all happy with how it looks?
Yeah.
He actually pays someone to do it.
Yeah.
One of my brother's friends ended up being one of those guys, and he actually gets paid like a lot. I guess he's one of the more famous guys in the scene.
Well, I thought
that was pretty cool.
I remember feeling so proud because I used to paint my own, and it was never great. This is, of course, back when I'm like 15, 14 type thing. And the day I learned that you could get black primer made everything look so much better. And then like I started learning about techniques where like you take a bit of gray on the brush, but you scrape most of it off, so you can just kind of lightly brush it over to give it like the scratched feel. Like there was so many things about that was really cool, and I really enjoyed. And truthfully, probably like without me thinking about it at the time, was a very therapeutic thing to just sit there with like the magnifying glass painting those figures for a while. It's a lot of fun. That's something I definitely like. Again, like if I could afford to invest in paints and the actual figures themselves, I would. Like absolutely, I would.
That's part of the reason why I never did it. Because my brother's so much older than me. Like they had a job, or they were I don't know how else they made money actually. So they were like affording it, and I was too young, so I couldn't understand the game, and then I wouldn't even be able to afford it even if I tried.
I tell you what, I'd much rather spend my money on a girl though. So if there's any ladies that are single in Twitch chat, I'm just saying.
My brothers didn't have girlfriends to spend money on, so. All
right, so this almost feels like a bait, letting him into the base like this, because you're gonna trap him in. The tank actually doesn't get much done.
What's funny though is that Beastyqt scouted that it was going to be a one-base build for Lillekanin, so he must have known there was going to be units prepared for this. This was not that same attack that works so well against a one-base CC.
Well, it's worth noting what Beastie went for here. This attack, the Hellions and especially the Reapers, this is something we've actually seen kill other Terran players. And usually it's Hellion Reaper versus Hellion Reaper at a snowball for one and not the other.
Mm-hmm.
Lillekanin's counterattack, though, is very strange to me. This is a tank with 3 Marines, and the tank, not to be sieged, well, I guess could siege up if he wants to, but unsieged even, that tank's going to provide fantastic damage. Either way, does siege up the ramp. Elevator to the main over here for Beastie. He is going to have this tank, unfortunately, not get repaired in time, so that's going to go down.
There we go.
But that being said, the Viking takes out the medevac. It can land on the ground. The SCVs, as long as they don't take too much damage from grenade / the Hellion, should be fine. Meanwhile, Lillekanin is just busting chops. Takes down that depot. He doesn't have to pay attention to that. That's the difference of these attacks. Like, Beastie has to dedicate and focus his his heart out. Lillekanin just kind of went AFK and defended at home while this went on. Got pretty good damage for it, too.
Beastqt's own Viking is going to be pretty important to take out the medevac. There is a Widow Mine hoping to catch it on the retreat if it mismicros one time, but it's not retreating. It's just trying to push forward. If he leaves the tank on the high ground, even on siege, it can still add a lot more damage. Well, not anymore now that the tank's out. Never mind.
Yeah, I feel like unsiege would have been better.
We would have lost it either way. 2 Vikings is nothing to laugh at, and they are going to be actually bothering to try and win the Viking War. It might have been.
I don't actually know if the tank could have gotten out from that location. The mineral patches were kind of close. Looks like Widow Mine got a hit off too. I'm not sure on what. But Oops, sorry, there's a trim production tab off. Funny thing is, though, this kind of just neutralizes the situation. They're both getting their orbitals. They've both got naturals down. And they've both got the means to hold off a counterattack. So this game is on even footing.
Yep. It is pretty even. Beastyqt with slight leads in the army and economy. Very, very slight. Oh, I was talking about Zoids in chat now. I can talk a long time about Zoids.
Who were asking like what type of thing I collected. Dude, it was I started with Ultramarines and then I repainted them all to Blood Ravens because I liked the color red a lot more. Then I learned about Templars, right? So half my army went from Blood Ravens to Templar, which is black and white. And eventually I got to this point where a lot of my plastic models were in like 3 levels of coating for paint, so they were like really thick and looked gross.
Yeah.
But I didn't care so much about the factions because I didn't play the game. I didn't really know about the lore or anything like that. But again, it was cool. This is before StarCraft 2 was around. Like, this Marine was like Warhammer was the 40k was the closest thing I was coming to these Marines anytime in that style of my life.
I liked the Blood Bowl. I don't know, like appearance, I guess, like style. I didn't really care about the Warhammer one.
Roddy, by the way, apparently in chat coming out calling single lady here. All the single ladies. All the single ladies.
That's a fun song. Yeah. We actually have an armory on the way for Lillekanin, so probably going to go into mech. Yeah, it's 2 factories, so definitely going to go into mech. Not actually that surprising. We've gotten past the opening stages and no one's lost. Lillekanin does have a decent chance of getting to that all-powerful mech army. And the map does play okay into it. The 3 bases are easy to get. The 4th base, not so much. And Beastyqt should be looking to pressure Lillekanin, make sure he never gets to that 4th base.
So this is kind of interesting. We haven't had the Viking dynamic be important in TvT in a long time. But they're both actually bulking up Vikings on the backside and trying not to reveal that they're doing this. Now 5, I think, for Heart of the Swarm was where you pretty much stopped. Now it looks like what Beasty's done. But for this sake of the game, and this is, by the way, I really want to go into this. I'm sorry, this is like Rifkin Passion Project moment. First off, thank you, Rotterdam, for being a single lady and also subbing for 2 months in a row. But for me, one of the big things about Legacy of the Void in the beta was tank drops were more absurd then than they are now. They were way more powerful in the past. And this forced Terran to invest in things like Liberators and Vikings, so you had air control so that you could deal with the medevacs before tanks became a problem. And I love that that was the logic in which the game was going. Now, it still needed to be balanced, and tanks were broken as fuck with the way they used to work with the instant shots. But I'm just saying, I really love the way air control has always affected TvT, and I wish the emphasis had gone towards that rather than just trying to like tweak and nerf the hell out of tanks, basically.
I didn't actually think the earlier versions of them were that overpowered. It was the case of, in my opinion, the 2 things being so powerful that they balance each other out. You know, like everything. If everything's OP, then nothing's OP. But
I mean, that's it sounds silly, right, to hear that, but that's actually a great mentality that I personally like.
Yeah, and I like that's was the main concern for me, was changing the way that mass doom drops worked. Because Heart of the Swarm, that's why I didn't like TvT, but Legacy of the Void, I don't mind it nearly as much. Because doom drops aren't as scary when you have your own doom drops to send back to take care of it. Now it looks like he's starting to bank up Hellbat drops, which is pretty interesting, pretty old school. And seeing medevacs at all could be. It could be a sign. You could just realize that Lillekanin does Hellbat drop still, but it also could just be for the tank pickups of his own. I don't know if Beastyqt is going to change the way he attacks because of either one, but he's actually dropping in the main. Well, Lillekanin drops the Hellbats in the natural, and is going to push this ledge that is so abusive.
So this is where the problem with mech comes in. Your production hurts, and it's hard to deal with this. The nice thing is, though, once again, just going back to that air control for a moment, these tanks are dangerous, but only because they have high ground vision. Medevacs go down, a few Marines on the high ground get cleaned up, and these tanks no longer can fire. Other side of the map, I just want to point out, the Hellbats did get a considerable amount of damage. In fact, oh, nice drop on top of the tanks over here, landing the Vikings as well. Cleans this up, and Lillekanin thwarts the attack here. But they both took some worker losses. Surprisingly, though, each player walks out of this even afterwards.
Yeah. And Beastyqt still has to follow up and ensure that Lillekanin doesn't get to a 4th base. At even army supply and pretty even workers, Lillekanin still has a big chance here to get to that late game. But Beastyqt is going to try and get to the complete air control to try and abuse Liberators, which are, you know, a good choice against someone who is going mech, but you have to win the air war first. And I think he will. He's still dedicating to Vikings, where Lillekanin, oddly enough, is the one getting medevacs.
Right, and this is where it gets a little bit wonky, because if BC has to waste any amount of shots on the Vikings from Lillekanin, even if there's not that many, like let's say he never makes another air unit in the game other than medevacs, the point is the Hellbats still get to get boosted in, they drop on top of the army, and then you've got Vikings in the sky that can't do anything. I do say, though, the worst part of this for Lillekanin coming forward, he doesn't have very great, reliable anti-air, even if he keeps producing 2 Vikings at a time. So these Liberators may be a huge issue for him.
Yeah. I think that would be the biggest issue. Okay, interestingly, Lillekanin is going to go into Cyclones, which would be able to deal with the Vikings and Liberators, but he's not there yet. Starting to add him in on now.
Magfield Accelerator not finished researching either. It's a quick upgrade, but it's worth noting it doubles the damage of Cyclones.
Yeah. Right now, he just needs the range, though. The Liberator's going to siege up on his tanks, and there's not much he can do about it. He's not going to win the air war.
And again, just going to boost in, try and get those blue flames connecting with the Marines. Yeah, the air war goes so poorly for him. You know what's funny, actually? Cyclones, yes. But also, like, a single Thor would have helped a ton.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been the Heart of the Swarm reaction to it. But it looks like all the Hellbats are cleaned up, too, and that's big. I was actually wondering, there were so many Marines in Beastyqt's army that Hellions might have been better. Hellbats were just simply kited away. And
yeah,
now that army supply is not nearly as even as it was.
I would certainly agree. Like, actually, the splash line on the Hellions as well, just the fact that they range further. This is unfortunate. Lillekanin looks like he is going to die, but this does mean we're going to go to the third match, which is even better, in my opinion. Scans to see if there's a fourth and a fifth, and I guess resolving to say, okay, I'm not that far behind. 2 Cyclones can do work. 2 Cyclones can do work, don't get me wrong, but the difficulty here is, yep, GG. The Liberators weren't going to be dealt with.
What the hell is this copy-paste?
I don't know. Olivia says, Rifkin, I just heard, how can you think dressing up as a Colossus to fight crime at night is a good idea? Please stop and stick to what you're good at, casting and entertaining the viewers' hearts. But the problem is Olivia knows we don't cast StarCraft 2. We field reported at best, so I don't know what this copy-paste is about. I am, however, going to get involved with it and now copy-paste it myself.
Why would dressing up as a Colossus help you fight crime?
Because then ground units and air units fear you, man. I don't know. All right, we're gonna.
How do air units fear you? You can't attack air.
Look, I'm dressed as a Colossus. I'm not actually a Colossus, okay? I'm not faced with the same limitations. Come on, get it together. I'm on stilts. I can punch a bird out of the sky.
Yeah, you're on stilts. I feel like that's
Pow,
gonna be
pow,
worse.
pow!
You're gonna like be like they're just gonna kick one stilt out, and you're gonna be like ah.
Shut up, Zombie Go. We're gonna go commercials, guys. We'll see you in a minute for game 3. Don't ruin my stilt. Alright, well, we are getting back in the game, and I would like to give an anti-shout-out to both Rotterdam and Nathanius for ruining our chat, being a couple of rabble-rousers. I'm not sure if it's happening. I think it's happening tonight, the casting the Tespus stuff. They've been doing a pretty good job with the Archon mode content. It's been really good to see, because even if it's on an amateur level, I'm a big fan of Archon mode, so that's been cool. But anyways, yeah, anti-shoutouts. That's not compliments. They totally suck balls. Bottom left side of Bruins Saris here for the Monday G2A Cup. We got the Green Terran player. He's Red Blood Pros, Lillekanin.
In the top right, as the Purple Terran, he is Beastyqt.
Cuties?
Cuties?
So there's a lot of obsession with today being Pi Day.
Is there?
Yes. I'm actually, one of our mods, he's not here right now, I believe Lord Asium2 did this awesome picture of a shirt he's got where it's got pi and then like the symbol for pi, and then does the whole thing where the mirror image of 3.14 looks like the word pi, and it's got like an actual pi in his shirt. But it took me a while. Like, I feel very stupid about this because we've been broadcasting for like, what, 3 hours now, and I woke up 5 hours ago seeing all this, thinking like, why is everyone obsessing about Pi Day? Like, Friday, Pi Day? Then I'm like, oh, today's March 14th. Jesus Christ. It just clicked for me. Like, March 14th, 3/14, 3.14. God damn it. I hate
There you go.
The worst part is not how stupid everyone else thinks I am off of this, but it's just how stupid I feel taking how long that took to click in my brain to be like, oh!
You should be a little embarrassed, yeah. Yeah.
Man, if I had known, we could have like gotten pies for the stream or something, man.
Oh, I really want a pie. Like, since I heard it See, for me, like, it hasn't been mentioned that often today. I saw someone mention it once in, like,
Well, I follow like
or
1,000 people on Twitter, so...
That's true. I don't follow nearly as many people, and I guess the people that I follow don't care that much. But I wanted to get pie. I was like, pie day. Pie sounds good. There's like a mom and pop's pie shop down there.
Okay, what type of pie would you get? Actually, don't say on three. On three, we'll say it. Okay. So
wait, is it like my favorite pie, or is this the pie that I'm like feeling in the mood for?
I don't know. Like right now, if you could eat a pie, what would it be? All right. So on the count of 3. All right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Chicken pot pie.
Oh my god, you're going with a savory pie? I feel betrayed.
I do not like regular pies most of the time. Apple pie's alright. Can't stand pumpkin.
There's so many type of sweet pies, like potato or sweet potato rather, and pumpkin and apple and blueberry and rhubarb, and you got coconut cream pie. And
I want a chicken pot pie. If I could get one right now, that would make me the happiest person. But I don't know any place I could go for one. I'd have to go like to the grocery store, buy a frozen one. Like, like I would love if there was some place that delivered pies. Why is that not a thing?
They need to have a pie place, like in Pushing Daisies. I want to go somewhere and eat pie.
But also, not have someone who touches people and brings them back from the dead.
Well, that's useful. I wouldn't say no to that.
What, to coming back from the dead?
No, to having someone that helped fight crime by touching people and bringing them back to life for 10 seconds.
What if they touch somebody, but then that person dressed up as a colossus to fight crime at night?
Well, that would just be useless. That would be a terrible superpower for both of them.
But it wouldn't be a bad thing. So there's always that monkey's paw aspect of it, right? You're like, okay, you can do this really amazing,
paw.
you can do this amazing thing, but there's a catch.
I swear to God, you've been seeing... God.
Zombie can you please calm down? You're getting rather upset about the monkey paw. Were you scorned by a wish on the monkey paw or something?
I will kill you. I saw that play in DC like when I was like 10 or something, and I was just like, this is dumb. Okay, so Cloak finished up. So this is actually bringing Lillekanin's push back, which is quite important. Yeah, he realizes that he should not give up his timing just to deal with this, but unfortunately he doesn't have a scan or a missile turret, so now it's just into an all-in. Well,
this for Beastyqt has gotten some SCV kills, which is nice, but now the question really is, can he defend at home? There are some tanks set up. As he gets Vikings and has air control, there won't be any way to scout, and I gotta tell you, Zombie, I feel really good for Beastyqt.
I do as well. This Banshee has worked wonders. Now, it's going to run out of cloak soon, so it's going to die. And Lillekanin tried to stop, all of his SCVs from dying with pulling them, but there was no natural to go to. They were not mining that entire time. The medevac got hit by the Widow mine, so it was instantly sniped by the Viking.
Now that he doesn't have high ground, I mean, he can scan, but that's not going to be worth it. Marines can walk forward, but again, not going to be worth it. Vikings, once those Marines are gone, can just land on top of the tanks.
Yeah. This is looking so good for Beastyqt. That Banshee is really the root of the problem, too.
Yep.
Yeah, Viking control continuing to go in favor of Beastyqt. Lillekanin trying to rebuild his SCVs. I guess Beastyqt doesn't have a... oh, well...
I like this position on the Widowmine. He knew there'd be air reinforcements of some variety. Kills a Viking straight up. That anticipation from Beastyqt, that was so smart. That's so clever. Now he's going to take out both the Vikings, not a problem. Tanks really have nothing to stop them. This is... I can't see what Beastyqt does to lose this game. He's ahead by 10 SCVs. Unless he gets completely caught in this weird soft contain, and Lillekanin expands outwards... his SCVs are idle.
Well, I didn't expect Beastyqt to try and take his, not take his natural, rather. Sure, 3 tanks is kind of scary, but I thought he was going to have enough to break out and then get his command center. Instead, he takes the one to the south.
Someone's saying Costco chicken pot pies. Yeah, dude, you get that big bulk of frozen pot pies. Oh, yeah. Put them in the microwave for 5 minutes. Oh, yeah.
Someone said, pizza pie, and I was like, that's the answer I should have expected from him.
I'm actually not that obsessed with pizza, though. I like pizza, but, I mean, I'm not obsessed with it.
I just would not have expected chicken pot pie. That is just not something I expect to hear. Someone said that as their favorite food, I'd be like, really?
Oh, my God. Someone said KFC does chicken pot pies? What?
Really?
Pot pies does? Next time I go to the East Coast.
Do you want me to go to the mall that's 10 minutes away and check and then eat it in front of you and make you feel all jealous? Because I'll do that for you.
Okay, my typical response here would be, you're a bitch, but because of how badly I want this to happen, I'd say, thank you.
You're welcome.
Gotta get that Korean eating stream done at some point, right?
Korean eating stream with American food. Mm-hmm.
So just an eating stream. Like,
Yeah.
like in China, is Chinese food just food? Like... Okay, silliness aside, I mean, this game really started shaping up for Beastyqt. He snuck off that hidden base. This was so cool. He transferred SVs down with a drop just to make sure he wouldn't get revealed. Back at home, Lillekanin stayed with a one base, and he's still going to keep trying to one base it. Now, when he left, he did know that there was a command center on the high ground. But even if you anticipate like a base being taken or not, I just can't imagine a situation where Terran one bases this long into the game and takes a victory. It is going to come heavily down to the air war, I feel, and that's going to be good for Lillekanin, but...
I love that Lillekanin has not scouted that hidden base.
Son of a bitch.
He has no idea.
Well, I mean, he wouldn't know anyways. Scouting information limited just in general. He may think Beastie's too scared, but I doubt that's the case. That Widow Mine being a problem in the middle of the map, not right now, but this will catch reinforcing Vikings rallied across. And again, it's strong enough to one-shot a Viking. And the army supply for Beastyqt does not lack coming into this. It is just strictly the fact that his air might be a little bit weak.
This is Lillekanin's one shot, man. Beastyqt does have stim and is about to have combat shields, plus one's a little while off for this. But I think he's got this. So his Liberator dies. Just like the bot.
Is the bot dead again? I thought I fixed it.
Yeah, apparently. Medevac goes down pretty quickly, too. Lillekanin's trying to find some advantage here. There's so many Vikings, but his army is so slow, it's entirely tanks.
Yo, Beastie's got 3 CCs. He could have actually used scans to take a fight. The fact that he didn't, I think, is a big oversight in his part. He's going to back up now, and there we go, a couple of scans getting popped off, because that's the thing. He can't use air vision with Vikings in the conventional sense, but he's got that extra scan. His opponent's still not mining. Like, make no mistake, everybody, Beastyqt just has to hold, and he wins the game.
Yeah. Just like I took out 2 tanks with Lillekanin's misposition there. That's pretty bad. Stim, combat shields, and +1's all going to be done here. Beastyqt just needs to bulk up a good amount of Marines, and he should be able to take on the tanks. It's only 2 tanks. Like, if he on siege, he could take him on right now. But he is not going to, because he is not in a hurry. It is Lillekanin that needs to hurry up and kill him.
Yeah, the clock ticks for our Green Terran. Reminder that the winner of this goes on to fight against Tails. We are going to have a TvP best of 5 finish that follows this up, but, man, this is, yeah, the Marine's just going to stim forward and pick off a couple of Vikings, realizing now that there's really no threat. The tanks do start getting hits, but... You know, the Marines could easily take on those tanks. If Beastie would just go in, he could easily deal with this. Looks like we do have an attack on the other side of the map, and that might be why his attention's a little bit diverted, but this doesn't matter so much as this. GG.
GG.
GG. Beastyqt will take the series 2-1. Congratulations to him. And I apparently need to go attend the bot. Now, again, I want to stress, guys, the problem isn't with the bot. The problem is, I think, with the power outages I've been hitting recently, I think a power surge may have fried some of the equipment on my laptop, which kind of sucks. That's my guess. I don't know. But either way, I am going to be right back during the ad break and try and fix the bot again. So, best of 5 grand finals coming up here for the G2A Monday Cup. It's going to be Tails versus Beastyqt. I hope you guys have been enjoying the tournament so far. Again, this was instead of doing nothing today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We'll be back soon.